So just so you know, I'm reacting to a magician reacting to a magician reacting to me. His name is Jason Parker, and this is going to be fun. Yes, it is.
My name is Jason Parker, and welcome back to this channel about magic! I wish I could do that in real life, though. Maybe if I found the right electrical outlet. I'm just joking, I'm just kidding. Do not try this at home. You will die. Maybe I should remove that part, it's a little bit morbid. Anyways, back to the point of this video. In this video, I'm reacting to Shawn Farquhar, a magician, reacting to me, another magician, reacting to Shawn Farquhar, performing on Penn and Teller's Fool Us, Season 7 for his 3rd time on the show. This is definitely becoming a magicianception type of thing. By the way, if you haven't seen Inception, go watch it right now, come back and thank me, and smash like! By the way, Shawn, if you're watching this video now, I typically like to nag my viewers as much as possible to click the like button. I think they really enjoy it. Okay, but being serious, a couple days ago, I started getting a bunch of messages, people saying, hey, did you see that Shawn Farquhar made a reaction to your reaction video of him performing? And I saw those messages when I was waking up a couple days ago, and I was thinking, like, is this real or am I dreaming? And anyway, I was super pleasantly surprised because Shawn Farquhar is a super nice guy and also very talented magician at the same time. A synthesis of being great and kind all together. So anyways, in this video, we're going to be watching his reaction to me reacting to him, as I mentioned, and I'm just gonna respond and give you my thoughts as we go. By the way, I noticed in the video I'm wearing a red shirt and he's wearing kind of a blackish shirt, so I decided to go with this foresty green. So when you see all these faces on the screen, you'll know which one is for this reaction. You see the efforts I go through to make this a quality production. Smash like!
I love this. I subscribed and I'll smash like. And the first thing I thought of was, I wonder what he's going to wear, but I'm going to check my old video to see what I wore so I don't wear the same thing. So I'm wearing my Magician U hoodie because that's kind of cool, right? I noticed you do a lot of like jump editing and moving the camera, and that's really cool. It keeps me engaged. Okay, let's get into this. I'm learning. I've not been a YouTuber, but you are.
All right, well, I guess we'll just get to it. This is a little strange for me, I have to admit. And here we go.
Hey everybody, I'm Shawn Farquhar. Today is July 5th, 2020, and I discovered there's a thing I didn't know out there. It's called Magicians React To. And apparently, magicians watch videos of other magicians.
That guy talks a lot.
And somebody sent me
like
this
a lot.
You gotta check this out. So I am.
I want to point out, people have made a lot of comments about my audio sucking. So I actually went out and bought a Rode microphone, and I have 2 cameras now and an earpiece, and I'm trying to do this better so that you'll like it.
Here we go!
I love this music. How about you? Smash like.
Cardistry. I like cardistry.
Hey everybody, welcome back to this channel about magic.
That's cool. Magic.
And I'm reacting in this video to Shawn Farquhar. He's a Canadian magician, a 2-time world champion of magic, and a member of the exclusive Actually,
I guess just stop it right there. Thank you for saying my name correctly. And yes, I am a proud member of the Okay, sorry to interrupt you.
By the way, in my previous video, I did explain more in detail what the 4 F's stand for. It's like Fetchers, Finger Flicking Frolickers, or something like that. I forget. It's an elite.
It's Fechter's Finger Flicking Frolic, as in Eddie Fechter, a magician. Fechter's Finger Flicking Frolic. It's really hard to say. That's why we all call it the 4F. But good cover.
Group of prestidigitators. But then in this video, I just called it. No disrespect meant, I'm just being silly. And that's funny, he said that he's glad I pronounced his name correctly, because I'm thinking, how could you pronounce his name incorrectly? What would it be? Shawn Farquhar or something like that? And I said Shawn Farquhar. I hope I'm saying it right now. I'm afraid I've somehow devolved and I'm saying it incorrectly.
You're saying it totally right. In Scotland they pronounce it Farquhar, which sounds like I'm picking a fight with you.
Let's get back to this.
The funny thing is, I just made a reaction video to him on Saturday, a couple days ago, and already he's back on Fool Us again. I mean, come on.
Time out. There's another one I can watch of this? So cool. Maybe I'll do a reaction of the reaction of this reaction for the... Okay.
You should do a reaction to this video so we can see how deep the rabbit hole really goes.
I'm doing it right now because I think that's cool. But I'm glad you thought it would be a good idea because I wasn't sure you'd. Okay,
Maybe we can get it to the point where there's just little faces all over the place and you can't even see the original video. Let's just go ahead and jump into the reaction.
Hi, my name is Shawn Farquhar, and I'm the first person ever to fool Penn and Teller twice. I was doing 285 days a year on cruise ships and theaters and hotels, but I began to lose touch with my wife. I love the way he's reacting by going, ooh, that many days. Yeah, it was terrible. And my daughter and my mom. I decided to build my own theater, a little place called Hidden Wonders. And yet, for some reason, I just can't seem to make Penn happy.
You rat bastard.
Here I come for the third one. He told me I wouldn't be here unless it was over his dead body. He's looking great, but I'm coming back anyways. That was a cool reaction. I actually wanted to go there and film it, but I filmed on the day just before they were closing down, so COVID didn't allow me to go. I really wanted to be standing right there and look down at it, but I'm glad I got a laugh.
So wait a second, that gravestone with Penn Jillette written on there, that's a real thing? Shawn, if you end up watching this video, I'm sure people are curious. Did they create that just for your intro, or is that...
No, they didn't create it for my intro. Sorry, I interrupted right in the middle of your question. Maybe I should listen to the rest of it.
an existing thing? And yeah, that would have been really funny to see you standing over it. So you could say, yeah, over your dead body while I am back.
I think it would have been the most awesome thing ever. And I really wish that we'd had the time. The segment producer, he was really keen to do it, but there was just no way to get it to it. It was not created specifically for me. It is a real grave. It's in California, and you can Google it. And they did it for a magic trick, which is why it has on it is this your card and has the 3 of clubs on it, which is Penn and Teller's card.
Well, that was the idea. I don't know why I'm trying to make it like it was my joke. Anyways. Randomly, I'm drinking a tea called Green Melissa. What is your beverage of choice? Comment below.
Whiskey. And I'm drinking it
really
out of
does
my...
smell like Melissa. Who's this Melissa person? Did she invent this tea? What's going on? Is Melissa the name of a plant? Is there a green Melissa plant? Why is the world so confusing to me?
I'm pretty sure Melissas are going to be upset by that comment, but I'm going to stay away from it. My cup is the Hidden Wonders cup. Ooh, look at that. Hidden Wonders. It's my little theater, and it has nothing in it. But normally, my drink of choice is whiskey.
All right, I totally forgot what we were talking about. Back to the video. I love this guy. He's so positive. And that's cool. I didn't know he made his own theater, and so he gets to work there with his daughter and his wife. What a great idea. Anyway, I'm excited. Let's proceed.
You're pretty cool. You seem positive, and thanks for noticing. Okay.
But you're cooler, and you're more positive. I like how we're just patting each other on the back here now.
It's turned it into a fan club because you are positive, and we've talked since then in a little video chat. So I know you're positive, and you're way cooler.
Uh-oh, Penn and Teller, here comes Shawn Farquhar!
A deck of cards. These are bicycle playing cards, hermetically sealed for your protection. Inside there's a...
That's an interesting face. I'm not sure what that's about, but yeah, okay.
Well, what I meant by doing this is just like, I'm watching you carefully. I'm trying not to blink because I don't want to miss something. Just a couple days before making this video, I had recorded my first reaction to your first performance, and I know how fooling it was, so I was thinking like, uh-oh, I'm really going to have to watch carefully. Anyways.
I'll pop it open.
That's
Inside
funny.
a brand new deck of cards, never touched by human hands. They run Joker, Ace, 2, 3, in sequential order till you get to King. Then they repeat again till they get to the middle. Those are the kissing kings. I call them the Brokeback Kings. They continue. This is a brand new deck and new...
I love your reaction. I know it's an old joke. It was an old joke when I did it 10 years before. I'm pretty sure it was 10. Okay, it's kind of a lame joke. It was outdated then.
And there, I just want to say, I wasn't saying like it's an old tired joke or it's bad or anything. I actually really thought that joke was funny, but I had just heard it a couple days before filming this reaction in the previous reaction video to your first performance on Fool Us. Proceeding.
That's really funny because I think it's an old and tired joke, and I'm surprised that people still laugh at it. But it's only in the show. I don't do it for live performances, and I only did it because it was a nice context. But I'm glad you laughed at it. It is an old tired joke.
This is the fun part. We're going to give them a little mix, just so they're totally shuffled. Give them a couple, but I won't do 7 because I learned from Penn. If I do 7, they'll go back into new deck order. Would you take the cards from me and just begin dealing cards onto my hand? Yeah, sure.
You had a really weird look, and then you looked up knowingly like there was something interesting.
You don't have to do them one at a time. You can do groups if you want to. Or you can do them from the bottom if you like. Or you can cut the cards. And you can just do whatever you want, but stop at some point where you have cards and I have cards.
Oh.
I love that I look at both of your faces, and they both have that look of consternation on them, like you're really burning me at this moment. I love this.
All right.
That's good.
Yeah.
Most magicians would spread the cards like that and ask you to take a card.
Right.
That's a classic. I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
You're just going to pick the top card to look at it and remember it. This is the
Of
card.
yours or
Yeah,
mine?
look.
Oh, look at Jason looking up going, that's a classic. The first Jason is still looking down burning, but the second Jason's gone, oh, he said the classic. That's cool.
Right here and remember this card.
Yes.
You've got it?
Yes.
Place it back into your...
Okay, I mean, it seems fair so far. The only thing is, it seemed like at the beginning he might have done too... Look at Shawn covering his mouth. I think he's trying to conceal his smile. What he really needs is like that visor and the glasses to hide his poker face. I think I got that wrong, because a poker face is when you have no expression. So if he had a poker face, then he wouldn't need the visor and he wouldn't need the glasses. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Perfect Faro shuffles, but he did them pretty quickly. I'm not sure if they would have been perfect. And yeah, actually, as he mentioned, that is a really cool thing. I think it's 8 times. If you do a perfect out Faro shuffle 8 times in a row, the deck comes completely back to the original order, which is pretty impressive. I don't know exactly how it works, but it's fun. This is the kind of thing magicians do to pass the time when they're sitting at home alone. But yeah.
It's a Percy Diaconus thing, and I'm not sure how many it is either. Penn told me, and I really didn't pay attention, but when I reviewed the video, I'm pretty sure what he said back 10 years ago was wrong.
I believe Percy Diaconus said you have to do 12 shuffles. Didn't he say?
Absolutely.
But I'm
And I asked some friends because I can't do a perfect Faro if my life depended on it. My mentor, Martin A. Nash, was able to do table Faros perfectly, and I watch friends like Paul Gertner do them, but mine suck.
That's interesting to hear, because I mean, Shawn is very good with sleight of hand and cards. I can do a perfect Faro shuffle, but I don't know, maybe that's just more of like an introvert move. You know, there's lots of different magicians in the world, and maybe the introvert magicians who like to sit at home on the armchair and just practice card moves by themselves, maybe the perfect Faro is more of a move for people like that. Granted, I've evolved a little bit, and now I perform in the real world for people. Should I plug another one of my street performance videos up here? No, that would be too much. Go to my channel homepage and click on the playlist to see that. Okay.
In the real world, I got to ask you, do you do perfect Faros in your routines in the real world? Probably not, right? I interrupted you again.
I'm going way off on a tangent. Anyways, there are many magicians in the world, there are many card moves in the world, and not every magician has time to learn every specific card move. And 100% there are more important and difficult card moves that Shawn can do that I cannot. So don't get me wrong, I'm not at all trying to brag when I say I can do the perfect Faro shuffle, I'm just making a point. There's a lot of different areas to specialize in, and you literally do not have enough time to learn every single magic trick. I'm just saying this for the benefit of the non-magicians watching this video. Okay, tangent control, let's rein it back in. The point is, Shawn is an awesome world champion of card magic. It's interesting to hear that he said he was not doing a perfect Faro shuffle in that magic trick, and let's proceed.
Just to be clear, I didn't think you were bragging, and you can win the world championship with not having perfect technique if you have other things that can cover those moves. My palming sucks, my Faro shuffles suck, my double lifts suck. If you don't believe my double lifts suck, read the comments on YouTube.
Need a random card or a number, so I'm going to use the next cards to make that. There's an 8 and a 5. That's 85. That'll be our random number. Sound easy? Why do we need a random number?
I don't know.
Because it's not just a card trick.
I like how Shawn's face is moving there at the bottom. He's kind of like watching himself, then watching me, then back to himself. He must have a big monitor. That's why my reactions don't have a lot of head movement, is because I'm reacting to a laptop screen. Shawn, if you ever watch this video, I'm curious to know, how many inches is your monitor? I apologize if that's a personal question.
It's not the size of the monitor that counts. It's the clarity. I have a MacBook Pro, so it's no bigger than yours. Maybe it's because I'm blind and I have to actually adjust my eyeglasses to see the areas. I think that might be it. Okay.
And I have a book. It's The Invisible Man. I've memorized this. Every page, every paragraph, every sentence, and every word. I bought it because I like the cover. Yes, I judged a book by its cover. It's The Invisible Man. It's got a...
Hey, you didn't laugh. That's a really lame joke. You should still have laughed, but that's okay.
Hey, he laughed that time. And the second time he laughed.
I was just thinking right now, why didn't I laugh? Because that made me laugh right this moment. That just goes to show how you can't remember every detail of a video that you've watched before. Even if you've seen a movie, you could watch it again a month later and still laugh at some of the funny parts or be scared at the scary parts. I guess it depends what kind of movie you're watching. Tangent control! Back to the video. And then he took the book out and put it in front of everything else also. He could have added something there as well. I don't know. There's a lot going on, and it's hard to know which is a red herring and which is actually something happening. Let's keep...
Ooh, so this isn't just a reacting. You're actually like trying to figure it out, deduce it.
So I'd just like to say that, yeah, this is a reaction channel largely, but in these videos I usually do speculate a little bit. And for me, it's a very difficult thing because I'm trying to walk a fine line between exposing magic secrets just for exposure's sake, and then on the other hand, not discussing the method at all. And I'm trying to stay in this gray area right in the middle where everyone is perfectly happy. And sometimes when I'm making reaction videos, that actually makes me very nervous because I don't want to hurt the magician who's performing, but I don't want the video to be too bland and me basically saying nothing either. So generally speaking, like when I know exactly how the trick works, I usually don't say it, or I'll try to talk in code like Penn. Or depending, if it's like one of these kind of acts where I feel like as the audience, as a layperson would be able to make a guess, I might make my speculation as they would. You know, if it seems like something really obvious, then I might just say that. So again, I find that to be the most difficult part about making reaction videos about magic, because I also do respect the art of magic and I don't want to hurt any magicians. In fact, sometimes I think a good metric is when I'm getting comments like, hey, you shouldn't expose magic, and at the same time I'm getting comments like, hey, you didn't say how it works. And if I get both of those comments in the same video, then I know I'm doing it just right. That's how I...
Oh, you do a fine job. I love that you put just enough in to give them hints, but not enough so that the educated magician has an idea and the muggle doesn't.
Sound when I laugh. Anyway.
I like your reaction, by the way, right now. That's cool. But look at Teller. He looks really happy.
What was the number?
85.
85. There's page 85. Allison, I want you to look at page 85. Let's go back to the card trick. A second ago, we had some cards. I put them back into the box. If I took out this out and it was your card, would that be impressive?
Very.
What was your card? No, never mind.
Okay.
This is a joker. Jokers are wild. I win. No, I'm just kidding. Let's take this a step further.
See, you laughed there. Okay, so now you're relaxing and not thinking so much about the trick. Or maybe you are.
That was actually weird. I was watching the video, and right as he said that joke, I smiled, and at the same time I saw my face smiling, and I was like, am I that predictable? I'm just like some kind of Jason robot? Anyway.
Your name on the face of the box.
I want to learn to do cool effects like that. I'm doing that in case I can actually, in post, make it look like that. We'll see.
Right across here.
Right here?
Yeah, nice and big. So I'll have a souvenir.
The rubbing of the forehead's impressive. It's like, what's going on? Good.
Very nice. Allison writes her name on the face of the box. Would you mind capping up the pen so it's all locked up nice and tight? I'll take it back. And if you put your hand out, put your other hand on top and trap them in between. Look, it's sealed. Cellophane wrapped. Yeah. Wait, let's get back to the book trick. On page 84, it appears... oh, wait a second. What's that? Oh, look, there's a playing card. What was your card?
This one.
Was it really?
Jack of Diamonds.
And look, the page is missing. A brand new deck of cards, hermetically sealed for your
That
protection.
page is
Inside
in
a
the
little
deck.
paper seal.
No way! That's where it should be. Good of you to get ahead of us. It's awesome. I like that. That means that the plot makes sense.
It says United States Playing Card Company. Deja vu. I open it up. Inside a brand new deck of cards. Never touched by...
This is amazing. He has like merged his previous two tricks together. Both tricks were really great, and it's like they met, they dated, they got married, and they had this baby. And there's a lot of magic happening, and I'm losing track. Oh.
That's still funny. It's still funny. I don't care what anybody says. Jason's funny.
I wouldn't have described it as having a baby, but I really like that. And I'm glad you got the idea. It was one of those things I wanted to do, was to merge the two together to make something new. But I didn't want to use any of the techniques I used in the past. That's really important.
Human hands. But look, when you look at this box, it's different. There are no jokers. There are no advertising cards. As we get closer, you'll get, wait a second, where the Jack of Diamonds should be, there seems to be a piece of paper. Would you take that out?
Wait, just
I
a
like the way
second.
you're nodding your head like, no, I was right. It's there. It's good. I'm happy to see that.
Unfold it and tell us what the page number is on that piece of paper.
85.
What the heck? I keep making the exact same laugh and the exact same sounds that I did before. I really do feel like a robot. Just give me the same stimuli and I'm gonna emit the same reaction. I'm some kind of program. I didn't expect this. Maybe we really are living in the Matrix.
I think the more you do magic, the more you'll realize that, I know you do a lot, but the more you go out, you expect the jokes to be in certain places and the people's reactions to be the same. I filmed the same trick 3 times for a studio audience for other shows and thought in the second one it would be a weaker response. But if it's really good stuff, they'll respond the same. So I don't think you're a robot.
That's amazing. So what's your craziest booking ever?
Oh, it was a guy from a private island off the...
Oh, I like that, the way you kind of did the, it's good, like you're contemplating at this point, because nobody listens to this part in the show. They asked me 5 questions. This is probably the least interesting of the 5.
I'm curious what the other questions were. Shawn, if you happen to watch this video, and if you happen to remember what they were, can you tell us? I'm curious.
One of the coolest questions, they asked me about my theater, and that's my passion right now. And I got to talk about it some more, but I think they got rid of it simply because it was in the intro and they gave enough about it there. But I would have loved to talk about it. Another was my mentors. And at that moment, I wanted to talk about Jerry Andrus and Martin Nash and John Gilliland and Tony Ng and all the others. And I did, but most people don't know who those people are. So I guess that wasn't so good. And I guess a prince with a bunch of models on a private island is kind of the coolest one for TV.
Of Madagascar, and wanted me to fly on a private jet the very next day to perform for the Saudi prince and a handful of models from all over the world. And yeah, I did it. And
Can I be your assistant?
yeah, you should, because it was incredible. I was there in the Indian Ocean with my own hut on my own side of the private island. He lives on the other side.
I'm part of your act.
It was so cool. And the first thing he said was, the reason I wanted you is I want to see that trick you did on Penn and Teller with the book. And I said, anything else? He says, well, something good like that will be fine.
That was funny to hear Shawn tell that story. I feel like he's had experience describing that situation many times before, because as he's telling it, he's basically smashing a huge adventure down into just like a couple sentences. And I also have kind of a life story that I end up telling a lot of times because I'm from Texas in the US and I'm living in Ukraine and I traveled a whole lot and I quit my job and sold everything and was backpacking and blah blah blah. And oftentimes it comes that people ask me, why am I living here and how did I get here, and I end up telling the same story. So I've gotten very good at just trying to hit the highlights very quickly and get the message across, focusing on the interesting bits in as short a time as possible. And to me, I don't know if I saw that wrong, but kind of I felt that's what he was doing there. He's got this awesome story about being invited to the other side of the world by a prince and living on a hut by the beach, performing for models, invited because of his TV show performance. And yeah, so just a random thought. Anyways.
You're right, and I left a lot out, like that this guy has a lot of stars come and that they all signed the back wall. And when I looked at the back wall and the signatures of the stars there, I was gobsmacked at how many people I knew. It was pretty cool.
All right, let's see if a third trophy is in the cards for you.
But I cannot, for the life of me, understand how he would have forced Allison to choose that. You know, he gave her the deck. She was able to shuffle it and put cards into his hand and stop whenever he wanted. And then he literally
And from the middle and the bottom. Don't forget that part.
said, we'll just use the top card. That's
I love the way your eyes just roll. It went, yes. And then, sorry, I'm going to hear what you have to say.
the part that makes it even more difficult, that she could have dealt cards from the middle and the bottom specifically. Unless somehow he managed to, you know, have those 3 cards palmed and drop them on top of the deck. But I was watching and I didn't see it, so if he did it, either he's just so smooth that upon watching it twice I didn't notice, or you just can't see him do it because of the camera angles.
Wait, you've seen this twice? I'm seeing you for the first time. Oh, so it's not really a reaction, it's an after reaction. Okay. Yeah, I didn't palm anything, but that's a real good thing. You can watch again. No palming. I suck at palming too. So that's 2 things you learned about me. I'm not good at Faro shuffles, and I'm not good at palming. But I like that those are the ways you went, because that's where a lot of magicians could go. And maybe Penn and Teller will guess that way too.
I forgot that I already told everybody that I sucked at palming and Faro shuffles, but now you've learned that I also suck at double lifts.
I just want to say that actually when I made this reaction, I was live reacting, just watching it and reacting and pausing the video and reacting. And reacting, did I mention that? But sometimes when I get to the very end, I'll pause it and then I'll go back and watch it again, like right before I'm ready to give some kind of summarizing thoughts, because I don't want to have missed anything too obvious. Otherwise the commenters down below are going to have a field day with me. How come you didn't see this, Jason? It's obvious. Are you even a magician at all? So yeah, sometimes I do review it a second time. Oh yeah, and Shawn, I suck at palming too. I've been working on it, but I don't actually do any tricks that require it. I mean, I've done it a few times, but I don't regularly do any tricks that use that move. Back to the reaction of the reaction. Anyway, that's all I can speculate for the moment. Let's go ahead and hear what Penn and Teller have to say. Right now, what do you think? Are they fooled or not fooled?
They're not fooled, but they are. Maybe I'll explain that at the end. because they're officially not fooled.
I think there's like a 80% chance they were fooled, and 100%
I agree. I agree. Thank you.
chance that I'm fooled. Proceeding.
Oh, I like you.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Shawn.
Hi.
You know, I'm reminded of the old expression, fool me once, shame on you.
Oh, having another sip of Melissa. Very nice.
Fool us twice, shame on us. Fool us 3 times, we take you in the parking lot and kick your ass. You know the old expression there, Shawn. Like mythical flying horses and Ray Brown playing bass right in the pocket, and the way the room got a little bit cooler right in the middle of your whole act. And we just think that a lot of that stuff we followed. We don't think you fooled us, and we don't think you're going to give us any flap about it.
Shawn Farquhar!
Well, that's kind of strange. I really thought they were going to be fooled. Lord knows that I was. Yeah, when Penn was talking there in code at the end, I recognized a few words. He said something about the room getting cooler. That's a reference to. And they said, like, we don't think you're going to give us any flap about that. And probably he was referring to the flap of a card box.
Yes, probably I was. Or maybe they were referring to the wings of Pegasus, the winged horse.
By the way, I went ahead and Googled that just now, and I see that it's referring to some trick that has a similar type of effect. So I guess that's what they were talking about with their code speech. You know, kind of like a torn off page appearing in some kind of impossible location. I'm not talking anything here about methods. I'm just saying, for those people who are curious about code words, that's, I suppose, what they were referring to. Thanks, Shawn, for helping us out with that one, because I did not get that on my own. And upon...
But it's a cool thing, and I'm glad you brought it up, because a lot of people don't know what Pegasus Page is, and if you're into book stuff, that's a really good thing for magicians to go explore. It's nothing wrong with talking about it like this. It's cool.
On just listening to Penn talk once with his code, I didn't hear him say anything specifically about how he would have forced that card, unless I just missed it. Comment below, did you hear anything in his code talk that could have implied how the first part of the performance was done?
No, I didn't. I didn't hear how the card was selected. I heard about winged horse, which was not accurate. Heard about cooler, which was, well, I guess it's kind of accurate, but it's not the method. And I heard about the word pocket, which wasn't part of it either. But I heard the word flap, and I think that might have been something different.
But anyways, I thought it was a great effect, and it was cool to see Shawn Farquhar performing because he's so fun. The whole thing is complex and enjoyable, and it's just a thing of beauty and a joy forever. By the way...
I've enjoyed you too. You really have a delightful personality. I don't actually know your name because it doesn't say it in the title, so I'm going to have to go look for that before I post it so I can actually say that I enjoyed your presentation on this. And I appreciate you didn't debunk it all a bunch. You put in some bits, which is cool because I'm guessing that mainly magicians watch this.
Well, Shawn, I want to say thank you very much for saying that you enjoyed watching my reaction video of me enjoying watching your performance. And I've got to say that I'm enjoying watching your reaction video. Great job making your first reaction video. That was a really pleasant surprise to find out about this. So yeah.
Well, this is Shawn Farquhar. We're reacting to a magician reacting to Shawn Farquhar returning for the third time on Penn and Teller's Fool Us 2020. This was a lot of fun. If you want to, that's my first reaction video. Probably my last. Unless, of course, you put comments down below pointing me in the direction of other ones. I want to take a moment to say thank you for watching this and to thank Jason Parker, who was the magician doing the reactions.
See, I learned your name and I put it on, and I apologize for not knowing it beforehand. That was a foolish move of mine. I should have looked it, but I was so excited to watch it. But I like that you give me 2 thumbs up.
Didn't know beforehand. I apologize. Somebody just sent me the link and I really wanted to just react to it genuinely, and so I didn't notice your name at the start. Anyways, thanks Jason, it was fun. Thanks to everybody for watching it.
Alright, so let me give you my... Wait a second, I don't need to give any conclusion thoughts.
Wait! Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, right Jason? Don't forget to say that. It's very important. Subscribe. You tell your people that a lot because they like it. I'm learning.
This is Magician Inception. What do you guys like better? Magician Inception or Magicianception? Or Reactionception? I'll probably make the title to this video something like Magician reacts to Magician reacts to Magician reacts to ... I don't know. I don't really anticipate this video is going to get a ton of views. I just thought it would be pretty funny to do, and a lot of people were asking for it. By the way, Shawn said that's his first reaction and probably his last reaction as well. Well, I hope not, because it might be interesting, Shawn, if you were to react to this video as well. We really need to to see how far down the rabbit hole goes. And Shawn, I noticed that you stopped my video right there, and you didn't react to potentially the most important part of my video, which was my reading of an Aesop's Fable story time. Generally...
Well, that's because I thought it was over and stopped recording, that I saw there was still more video available and that you were going to tell a fable. And then immediately I thought afterwards, I should have known this in advance, and then I would have read like Dr. Zeus. And then I realized that might have looked like I was making a parody or fun of it, so I'm glad I didn't. But I'm about to watch your Aesop Fable, right? It looks like there's a little bit of time at the end. I hope you're reading an Aesop's Fable. Doesn't seem like enough time for one.
I decided to add these to my videos because I thought they were just like a fun little extra thing. I bought this in a bookstore in Lviv, Ukraine randomly. They had a very small English section, so I went there and I was looking through and I saw this tiny little book and I thought, oh, A, that's cute. B, all the stories in here are just little tiny short half-page stories. I read a few and I realized they're allegories. They're supposed to teach you some kind of lesson about life. And I thought, huh. That would be really funny if I was making YouTube videos and then randomly in the video I stop and as a non sequitur I just start reading an Aesop's Fable and then I try to like interpret it to like gain wisdom to apply to our daily lives. And so I bought the book. It was something like $20, way more than I thought it should have been. Hashtag cheapskate. And then it sat in my bag for about a year, and then I actually finally started treating this YouTube channel like my professional job, like became really serious about it, and then finally randomly tried out and started doing these reaction videos, and then I was like, aha, I can finally implement that idea that I had with this little book. And I wasn't sure how people would react to it, but I was so pleased when I saw I was finally able to take, this idea and then see it all the way to implementation. Because how many times do we get like some crazy fun idea and we just think about it and it never comes to fruition? So Shawn, maybe you want to react to my Aesop's Fable reading, my Aesop's Fable story time. You can either react to that story and my interpretation, we could hear your interpretation, or perhaps you have some kind of story you would like to share with us. The gauntlet has been set forth. Do you choose to accept?
Wait a second, you're not going to read an Aesop's Fable? No, I want to hear one. And it looked like when you put it down, there was like a big puff of smoke, like there was dust on your desk, or was that like something you added in with some sort of After Effects or something? But hey, the gauntlet's down. I am reacting to your video without knowing that you wanted me to react to the video, which I think is really cool. And yeah, we should continue to do this. I want you to react to my reaction of your reaction of my reaction of your reaction to my video, because I think that would be really cool. And I think that people out there would enjoy it. And yeah, maybe not a lot of people are going to watch this, but those that do, I think are really going to dig it. Are you going to read an Aesop's Fable now?
Alright, anyways guys, thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to click like. Make sure to go visit Shawn Farquhar's YouTube channel. Smash like on a few of his videos. Subscribe to him. And yeah, this was really fun. This was a totally new type of video for me. It feels brand new. It feels like something totally different. In fact, I was a little bit nervous because I've got comfortable, with the format of how I do videos. And this one was kind of like, what do I do? What if I can't think of anything to say? But yeah, it actually ended up being pretty fun, and Shawn had a lot of interesting things to say that prompted me to react to his reaction of my reaction of his performance. Reacception! Okay, so I guess that's really all. Anyways, hope you're having a great month, a great week, a great day, a great last 5 minutes, and I'll see you next time.
Hey, that was a trick at the end. Oh, I'm going to pause it on that. See, now that I've got something cool. With you reacting to people. This was a lot of fun. I'm going to go to the other camera. This was a lot of fun, and I actually enjoyed your reactions and your insight into it. And I read all the comments that are on your page and on mine, on the channels, because I find it interesting to get the concepts that people have, and it allows me to be better in creating my magic. When people say, well, the book covered up the deck of cards, I'm thinking, if I had nothing to do at that point, wouldn't it be better if I could actually show them in the future? And when people say, oh, he didn't show the signature at the end once it had been signed, that was just because I felt rushed in the performance. The signature is at the end. In fact, it's on my bookcase there, next to the trophy. I have Allison's signature on the box because it really, I guess it did play an important role to to confirm that the one she signed that was open was the one that was signed when it was closed. I just was moving at breakneck speed. So reading the comments really helps me to build on that. Watching people's reactions, especially Jason's, really tells me where the moments of magic are and where it's a little bit dull, and how to tighten, stretch, and embellish and change my routines. This is my second reaction video, and unless Jason reacts to this reaction, it'll probably be my only other reaction video. Although it might be fun to try a couple of something else. I just don't know what I do, because most of the people that I'd be reacting to are friends of mine, and I don't want to not react in the right places. I don't want to be critical of anything, and I don't want to over glorify them to the point that people think I'm kissing their butt or something, because that would be bad too. So I'm probably going to stay with just at least couple, unless Jason reacts to this one. And I'm going to have to make some just story reading video. It'll just be its own one. Or maybe at the end of my next magic video, I'll just pick up a book and start reading just for Jason. Thank you so much for watching this. Thanks for doing the reaction, Jason. This is Shawn Farquhar reacting to Jason Parker, reacting to Shawn Farquhar, reacting to Jason Parker, who was reacting to Shawn Farquhar on Season 7 of Fool Us. Wow, Magicception. I think that's a great title. Yeah, bye for now. Oh, yeah, like, subscribe, join all those things that Jason talked about, because I don't know what that's all about. But hey, do it, please. Bye.